Kristen Hess. I'm here at Tavern on Jane to talk to Chef Michael Stewart. We're going to just talk today a little bit about his restaurant, his menu, and all the great exciting things going on in Hi, I'm Kristen Hess. I'm here with eDiningNews to talk to Michael Stewart at the Tavern on Jane in the West Village. So Michael, tell us a little bit about where Tavern on Jane is located and some of the customers that come in, or any funny stories that you've experienced while you've been here.
We're actually located in the West Village, Greenwich Village, and we're located on Jane Street and 8th Avenue, easily accessible by subway, bus, and other means of transport. Obviously, as far as who comes into the place, we get a tremendous amount of neighborhood influx of people. They enjoy coming in. We have quite a few people who use this as their kitchen. They'll eat here 4 or 5 times a week, and it's really pretty amazing. And then we also get the bridge of tunnel people who come in on the weekends and stuff like that, so it really helps a lot.
Sounds like you have a nice mix of regulars and locals, and then people that come in from out of town.
Absolutely, yeah. We get there's a couple of hotels and places in the neighborhood where people can stay, and they miraculously find their way to the tavern, which is good for them.
So, how did you end up partnering with Horton Foote Jr. and start Tavern on Jane? How did that all happen?
Horton and I met in Los Angeles in 1978, I believe. We were both studying acting, and we became friends from doing that. We played on a softball team together. And through that, we developed a great friendship, and we both worked in restaurants when we were in Los Angeles. So doing something in the restaurant field was something that probably appealed to both of us because it was something we kind of knew a bit about.
Mm-hmm. And then how did you guys make your way here to New York to start Tavern on Jane?
Horton was born and raised in New York, and his father and mother had an apartment here for many years, and so he used to come to New York, and then I moved here in 83, 84, and then moved back to LA, and then in 85 came to New York permanently.
Okay.
After I moved here in 85, Horton moved here after that, soon after that, and then we started looking for businesses probably sometime in the first couple things I was looking at, he wasn't involved. He was spending time back in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And then in 95, we really started looking for a place pretty aggressively, and then we found this location.
Well, tell us a little bit about the Tavern on Jane concept. It's, obviously a great homey pub in the West Village, but it's a little different than a lot of the pubs that you see around the city in terms of its atmosphere and food and whatnot. So how did it all start? What's it about?
Well, when we first when we first saw this location, we found out that it was available, or possibly available. We came in and looked at the place, and it was exactly something we were looking for. It was small enough that we could manage it as a first restaurant, but it was a great location in a great neighborhood, so that was going to make it easy for what we wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And our whole idea was just to make a great neighborhood place where people would come on a regular basis and have really above average fare as far as food goes. And we took it to heart. So when we first opened, we make all our own dressings and stocks and demi-glaze, and everything we make here is made from scratch. So we kind of kept it in the old tradition. We had some chefs that were classically trained, and they brought a lot of great ideas into the restaurant in the beginning days, and it's been carried out through to this day now.
Yeah. Well, isn't your current chef from South America or trained?
Yeah, he worked with our Joe Landa. Joe Landa was our chef, our second chef.
Okay.
And Mario Quinde is from Ecuador. He is our third chef.
Yeah.
And Mario worked under Joe at Ellen Stardust, and then when Joe came here, Mario worked as a sous chef for 6 years before taking over the helm as head chef.
Okay.
So Mario is only our third chef in almost 16 years that we've been open.
Yeah, that's great. And I noticed some of the dishes you have, have a nice Asian influence, and you guys do a lot of nice steaks and chicken, and it's not just your typical pub food. Do you want to talk a little bit about your menu?
Absolutely. We pride ourselves in freshness, and we try to use the freshest ingredients we can. And we, rather than making a specifically Asian influence, we have probably Italian influence. We have a Southwest influence. We have a Spanish influence, and those show up a lot of times in our specials, when nightly specials. We can do anything from a New Zealand rack of lamb with a blackberry demi-glaze to a pan-roasted chicken with a coconut curry sauce, or anything like that. So from our basic regular menu, we are diversified enough that we can chase down other types of food and flavors from around the world. And I think that more than our food being American, it's probably more classified New American.
Yeah.
Only because of the ingredients we use and what we try to do with the food we have.
So I hear that you have done a lot of charities and kind of nice local giving events. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do and what some of the events and charities are?
Yeah, we do several charity events. We are involved in a national event called Taste of the NFL, which pits nationally renowned chefs with former football players, some are Hall of Famers. We also are involved in several local charities, Taste of the New York Giants and Taste of the New York Jets. And then we also do a golf outing every year, which we support an individual of ours, a very dear friend of ours who passed away on 9/11. And so we help to raise money for that, where that money goes to a charity in Nassau County to help those individuals who are less fortunate. We've actually built a daycare center and are contributing regularly to.
Well, great. Thank you so much, Michael, for your time. I really enjoyed talking with you, and I know myself and eDiningNews and hopefully all of our viewers will be just dying to come in here to try out your food and drinks and enjoy the atmosphere.
Well, thanks so much for coming. Really appreciate it. We look forward to having you come into the restaurant and trying all our great food.